I'm Dr. William Wooten, founder of Youth First. Each year in October, we normally recognize an individual or group of individuals who have donated significant time, talent, and treasure to the organization and made a huge difference. This year, with the COVID-19 pandemic, our event is going to be virtual instead of in person. I'm pleased to announce that this year we're honoring our social work and program staff at Youth First. I always tell people that Youth First has given more to me than I have given to Youth First. It was probably one of the hardest things I ever did in my life. Medical school was a piece of cake compared to starting a nonprofit organization, especially starting an organization from scratch. I can remember a couple of interesting circumstances. I called somebody when we were looking for our first executive director, and she asked me what our budget was. Well, I told her, we had about $30,000 in the bank, and I didn't really have a formal budget, and it was a pretty short conversation. The other thing that I remember is that Wellborn Hospital Foundation did a benefit for addiction services shortly before they were acquired by what was then St. Mary's Hospital back in 1998, 97 or 98. And I had to give a speech before the Oak Ridge Boys concert began. I told the audience a story about a young lady who was in treatment, using alcohol and other drugs, significant family problems, and she was pregnant. I can remember the rumble through the audience when I told them that she was 13 years old. I often wonder what happened to that young lady. I saw many kids during the course of my 20 years at Wellborn Hospital who had terrible problems with drugs, alcohol, family, and psychosocial circumstances. And I've seen a few of them in recent years, but not many. That young lady was successful in treatment, and later on participated in what was an early Youth First program that we did in conjunction with the Boys and Girls Club called Smart Moves. We did a Smart Moves program at one of the local Catholic churches, and this young lady participated in the program, and at the end of the program we went around the room telling people what we had gained by participation in the Smart Moves program. When it came to her, she broke down in tears and said, "I wish there had been a Youth First around when I was younger." Those types of things are the reason that I started Youth First. Those are the things that I saw in my patients that inspired me to get this organization started and have given me the energy to not give up. Finally, I'd like to thank our social work and program staff for the wonderful job they do and the number of kids they reach with their efforts. They've made a tremendous difference in thousands of lives, and in many cases saved lives or changed them in a positive direction when they were in terrible trouble. So they are great champions of Youth First. And I'd also like to thank our donors, our supporters, families, friends, local corporations, foundations, and so forth that have supported the organization over the years. Thank you very much.